All right, we've made our metals. Next, let's make it show one of those, depending on what your score is. So if I get 0, 1 or 2 points, it'll choose a metal. All right, let's find where in the code it creates the metals. So here we are, game over, state equals game over, trigger once. It's going to create all this flashy stuff. And then this line here, create objects from external layout named game over. What is that talking? Well, that's what makes all this stuff game over. External layouts you can find over here, external layout game over. There, that's where it's going to make all that stuff. And then it's going to show the layer game over. Okay, so if you want to, you can just delete that. I'm going to leave it just so I don't confuse you. But yeah, we're not going to worry about that stuff. Then here, change the score, set to that, set the default player name. Okay, so let's add an event after this. So I have this selected, it's got the dotted line. I could either go up here, click that. There we go, now we've got a new event. So let's add an action, and I'm going to create my metal 2. There it is, create an object. And I need to tell it where to go on the screen. I don't know where to go on the screen. Let's just guess. 50 and 100. And by default, it's on the base layer. But in this case, I'll show you why. We're going to switch this to game over. Put it on the game over layer. It's because all of these other objects it's creating on, oops. Well, they're getting created on the game over layer. And so this metal also needs to go on that layer. Otherwise it will be behind all this other stuff. See, if I click on this, it's all on this game over layer right here. Okay, so we're creating a metal at this position, layer game over. Now, when you create it, it's just going to use the first animation. So whatever is in this top one, that's the one that will show. So let's add something that chooses different animations for it. That means we need to add some more conditions, but we don't want it right here. We want it created no matter what. But then let's right click on here, add new event below. It could be a sub event even, yeah, sub event. So our condition is depending on what the score is, right? So let's go here, add condition. I'm just going to type in, you don't type in the variable's name. If I put score, it doesn't know what I've named my variables. I just type in the word variable. Okay, variable value. And now I can choose that score variable. Okay, so if score is equal to 0, then hit OK. So if it equals 0, then let's change that metal. So I select the metal here, and I'm just going to type in, oh, it's right here, animation by number. We'll set the animation to 0. All right. This little equal sign, I know I had told you in the assignment to do it for 0, 1, or 2 points, but I'm going to show you a trick because eventually you're probably going to want to change the value of that score. So let's say greater than or equal to 0. So that way if it's 0 or any number higher than that, we'll set the metal to bronze, purple, whatever. Alright, then let's copy this whole thing and then let's paste it. So now I've got 2 events that are identical, and now let's change this one to 1 and then change this to 1. So it's changing the animation to the silver animation. And then let's paste again. Oh, it pasted it above. Let's drag it down here. Set that one to 2 and set this one to 2. So now if my score is 0, the animation will be set to 0, the purple metal. And then it goes down here. Is it also greater than 1? Okay, well then let's change the animation. And it goes down here. Is it greater or equal to 2? Oh, let's change the animation. So that way, if my score is 1, let's say I have a score of 1, it goes here. Is 1 greater than 0? Yes. So set it to purple. Then it goes here. Is 1 greater than or equal to 1? Yes. So it sets it to silver. Then it goes here. Is it greater than or equal to 2? No. So it skips this. So that way, as you're going down these things, it will stop on the correct score. Okay. Let's preview it, make sure it works. So I'm going to try and get a score of 1. We'll see if I can do this. And I'll crash. Score of 1. Oh, look, there it is. There's our metal, but it's behind all this stuff. I thought I told it to go on the game over layer. Well, I did, but we also need to change its Z order so it's on top. It is working though, it chose the right animation. So let's go up here, create object metal. Right below that, let's choose metal, and I'm going to type in Z order. I don't know what the Z order of those other things are, but they must be higher than what our metal is. So let's just put 100 and hit OK. And now hopefully it will end up on top of the other things. There it is. So you can choose like the precise location if you want to. I'm putting it at 50 and 100, so it's not covering up the old one. That is up to you to figure that out. I'll give you a hint. If you just move your mouse around here, then down here in the lower right it tells you what the coordinates are of your mouse. So you could mess around with that. Okay. So the reason I put it like this instead of just equals, because if we changed all of these to equal, then what would happen if I got a score of 3? Well, none of these equal 3. And so it would just stay at the default animation, which is already 0. So, and also if you ever want to change the threshold to different points, like if you want silver to be 5 points and gold to be 10 points, then that way it's a better habit to just have it be greater than or equal to, and then work your way down the list so that the highest score is at the bottom. All right.